information, also, all of the questions are taken from the PowerPoint lang. Wala, Joy, wala sa PowerPoint. Sure na siya. Okay? Okay, so kindly check the lungs now. We have the lung apex is on top and the lung base is nasa baba. This is different from the heart kasi ang heart, ang base niya nasa taas, ang apex sa heart nasa baba. So baliktad sila. Okay? So remember, when we remove excess fluid in the pleural cavity, katong pag na-effusion good, for example, ano, this is pleural cavity. Yan. So katong gawas good sa lungs, naa na mga space. So if fluid is accumulating in that space, we call it pleural effusion. So dili maka-expand og tarong ang lungs, no? So it cannot expand well because of the buildup of fluid. So what you will do is remove the fluid. Tanggalon nimo ang fluid. The process of removing of fluid is thoracentesis. Remember, ang right lung 3 lobe, ang left lung 2 lobe lang. So, 2 lobe lang, and then sa right lung 3 lobe. And also, take note of the fissure that divides the left and the right lung, okay, sa kanilang lobes. Okay, so, I mentioned this one already, alveolar sac. Alveolar sac, or your alveoli, is where gas exchange happen. So, when you inhale oxygen, ang alveolar sac, mag-deliver siya og oxygen paadto sa blood, and then ang blood from carbon dioxide galing sa blood, it will be thrown into the alveolar sac. As you can see, you try to look at this picture, alveoli sac or alveolar sac is very vascularized. Nabalot siya og blood vessel because in the alveolar sac, that is where you exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. Ang oxygen mo adto sa blood, ang carbon dioxide mo adto sa alveoli sac or alveolar sac para exhale nimo siya. Okay, so remember, very vascularized ang alveoli, balot na balot ng blood vessel. So there are 2 cells in the alveoli, type 1, which forms the lining of the alveolar wall, and then it is the main site of gas exchange. Ang type 2 nimo, ang purpose niya is to secrete fluid for lubrication. So kung kaning alveoli sac manggod nato mo expand na siya, it will irritate the sa man siya. Okay, kani this one is your elastic connective tissue. So if mudako ang alveoli sac, kay syempre nag-inhale good ka, mudako gud na siya, no. So when it enlarges, it will not irritate itself kasi naaman siya lubricant, and the one that produces the lubricant, which is known as your surfactant, is your type 2 alveolar cells. Ang type 1, it's an agent for gas exchange. Type 2 is an agent for surfactant production, or one that lubricates the alveoli. Kay kung magsige nag-expand tapos mugamay, expand gamay, so mag-rub siya, di ba? Friction, and it can lead to bleeding. So the surfactant can prevent that. Okay, so respiratory membrane ta. So, in the lungs, where gas exchange happen, this is formed by walls of alveoli and capillaries. As I mentioned earlier, balot na balot siya og capillaries or blood vessel. And then remember, this is very thin kasi, syempre, musulod ang oxygen, mugawas ang carbon dioxide. So, for it to be able to perform its function, dapat nipis gyud siya. Okay, and then remember, wala ni siya sa bronchioles, bronchi, and trachea, only in the alveoli. Okay, so your respiratory membrane is influenced by thickness of the membrane, total area of the membrane, and partial pressure of gases. So kung ang imuhang gas exchange happens in a membrane na puno og kanang plema, so dili kay kakaginhawa, di ba? So ang mahitabuan na ang oxygen dili mosulod sa dugo. Tingnan. This is alveoli sac. This is your blood, okay? So oxygen from alveoli will go to the red blood cells, and then carbon dioxide from the red blood cells will go to the lungs para exhale. But the problem is if, for example, puno ni og plema. Okay, so if puno siya og plema, maglisod ka ginhawa, and then eventually your O2 saturation will decrease. Okay, so the blood supply of the lungs mainly came from pulmonary arteries and bronchial arteries. Please memorize these two. So your pulmonary arteries are the only arteries that carry the oxygenated blood. So as I mentioned noon, anak ko sa inyo na if artery na siya, it carries oxygenated blood, but there is an exception in the lungs. Sa lungs, pulmonary arteries siya pero walay oxygen iyahang dugo. What carries oxygenated blood in the lungs is your pulmonary vein. Okay? Ana siya diri no, the only arteries, pero this is not true. There is another artery that carries the oxygenated blood, and that is in the umbilicus. Sa pusod. So when you are still fetus, the umbilical artery carries the oxygenated blood while the umbilical vein carries oxygenated blood. So murag pareha lang siya. However, probably naingon niya na this is the only artery kasi basideg dili buntis ang pasyente or dili fetus ang baby, di ba? Sure. So alveoli, then sa gawas daghag blood vessel, and then as you can see artery. This one is pulmonary vein kasi oxygenated man. Pulmonary vein mo balik na siya dito sa heart, okay? So if you can stitch oxygenated blood from the lungs, it will go back to the heart via pulmonary vein going to the left atrium. Sige, ventilation ta. Inspiration and expiration. Inspiration, pag-inhale. Expiration, pag-exhale. Take note guys, inspiration is the only active process, meaning pag mugamit kag energy, only in inhalation. Exhalation is a pure passive process. Kita maning uses internal intercostal muscle. In medicine books, this is not true. Okay? Sa medicine book, dapat wala jud kay ginagamit na muscle pag mag-exhale ka because exhalation is a passive process. Wala ka dapat ginagamit na energy. You only use energy when you inhale. But of course, your book says, in the nursing book, ang ilaha is, gamit daw kag internal intercostal muscle. Your internal intercostal muscle is this one, kanang mga muscle in between sa ribs. So, ribs, muscle, mo na ang internal intercostal muscle. Okay, so when you ventilate, magkaroon ng changes sa pressure sa lungs. The pressure of the lungs will go from low papunta sa high. So kay kusog man ang pressure, it will push the oxygen paadto sa alveoli para moadto siya sa blood. Okay? And then eventually, pag mag-exhale na ka, from high pressure to low pressure. Another thing is high to low pressure. From nag-inhale ka no, pag inhale nimo, very high pressure. But when the oxygen is pushed paadto sa blood, it will now become low pressure. Okay? So remember, when you put something inside the cavity of the lungs, it can build up pressure. That is why you have to exhale. Kaya kung dili ka mag-exhale, mag-build up ang pressure mo, buto ang lungs. Okay? So next, you have your inspiration. Inspiration again, please study this one, balik-balik naman yun. So inspiration, nag-inhale ka, unsay mong gigamit, no? Diaphragm. Okay? And ang rib cage nimo mag-expand natural so that it can accommodate the expansion of the lungs. Okay? So the volume of air increases, the pressure decreases. Thoracic cavity volume increases, meaning to say ni-expand ang lungs. Okay? And it will lead to decrease in pressure. So expiration again is a passive process, balik-balik no? So, it will relax the diaphragm. Technically, ideally, it will not use any muscle. So, what affects the inhalation? Lung recoil. What if ang lungs ni burot tapos wala na po siya ni gamay? No? So, that is a problem. No? Ang tawag na to na is failure of lung recoil. Recoil meaning from burot ni gamay siya. Murag balloon. Ni burot ang balloon tas ni gamay. Ni burot ang balloon tas paghawa sa air ni gamay. So, that is what we call your lung recoil. Okay? Surfactant, I mentioned this one already. Pag ang lubricant nimo kulang, magkaroon ng friction leading to bleeding. No? So that is why enough surfactant is needed. Surfactant, mao ni ang gina-measure nato sa mga baby. Kanang mga premature. So if premature ang baby, eventually what we can do is you measure the surfactant in the lungs. Pag enough ang surfactant, sige, pwede na to siya i-deliver because the baby can breathe in the outside world using his or her own lungs. Pero if ang surfactant kulang, bawal jud siya i-deliver because ang baby, makaginhawa siya pero eventually mag-lead to pulmonary hemorrhage. Okay, and then the compliance of the lungs. What is compliance of the lung? For example, ang lung na tumor. So kung na tumor ang lung, bisan pag sige na siya expand kay mo inhale ka, kung naay tumor ang lung, so mag-consume siya og space. Okay, so mag-decrease ang lung compliance. And airway resistance. So pag mo inhale ka, dapat freely musulod lang ang air. But in the case of for example, asthma. So sa asthma, ang problema ang pag-exhale. Dali lang musulod ang air, pero pag mo gawas, maglisod siya gawas mo nang sa asthma. Most of the time, we call it obstructive lung disease. Kauban na niya si COPD sa mga smoker. Okay, so kindly study this one ha, mga breathing patterns, the movement, yawning, crying, sobbing, ana. Okay, so normally ang tawag sa ato ang normal breathing kay eupnea. Eupnea meaning normal lang ato ang rate sa respiration. The normal respiration rate is 15 to 20. Pag sobra na kag 20, 21 na, we call it tachypnea. Kani eupnea, normal breathing rate 15 to 20, pero pag sobra na kag 20, we call it tachypnea, meaning paspas imong breathing. Okay, so in your spirometer, this one is very clinical. So pag spirometry, natay ginatawag na device that can measure pulmonary volume. So ang tidal volume, mo ni siya ang air na gina-inhale and exhale nimo during quiet breathing. What is quiet breathing? Kana kung naghigda lang ka, natulog lang ka, or nagtanga ra ka, kanang dili ka aware sa imong gi-inhale and exhale, that is tidal volume, no? The volume of your tidal volume is most of the time 500 ml. Okay, so inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume. So inspiratory katong after nimo volume of air that can be inspired forcefully after a normal inspiration. Meaning, nag-inhale na ka. Tapos ni sobra pa jud kag inhale. That is inspiratory reserve volume. Meaning, ni-inhale ko normally. Inhale ko, inhale. Tapos ni-inhale pa jud kag samot. So that is inspiratory reserve volume. Baliktad ang expiratory reserve volume. Ni-exhale na ka, pero ni-exhale pa jud kag samot. That is expiratory reserve volume. So what is residual volume? Residual volume is katong air na nabilin after nimo nag-exhale. Example, inhale, tas exhale ka, tapos ni-exhale kag taman jud. Ang nabilin na air sa sulod, gitawag nimo na siyang residual volume. Okay? Inspiratory capacity is the sum of tidal volume, katong quiet breathing, and then inspiratory reserve volume. So in the example, di man maipa-compute. At least kabalo lang mo. Vital capacity is the maximum of air a person can expire after maximum inspiration. So in short, the maximum air na pagawas nimo after nimo nag-inhale fully pod. That is vital capacity. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, magkambyo lang na sila, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide ipagawa sa lungs, ang oxygen ipasulod sa lungs paadto sa blood. Okay, kindly read this one. Dili kay kumag-as ani, Dalton and Henry's law. Okay, so again, oxygen transport. When the oxygen is already in the alveoli, di ba, i-adto man siya sa blood. Particularly, the oxygen will be held by hemoglobin. So your oxygen will be bound to hemoglobin. So mukapit ang oxygen paadto sa hemoglobin. So when your oxygen binds to hemoglobin, okay, mahimo siyang oxyhemoglobin. Okay? So remember when the time na wala siya oxygen, kani si hemoglobin nagadala ni siya og carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. That is why if dili kay ka nagaginhawag tarong, mag-build up ni siya leading to acidic blood pH. Okay? Okay, so factors affecting affinity for hemoglobin oxygenation. So acidity, pag sobra ka acidic, dili mo dikit si oxygen kay hemoglobin. Okay? Pag ang carbon dioxide taas, si hemoglobin buhian niya si oxygen paspas. So you see, it is important to securely bind oxygen to hemoglobin, pero at the same time, reversible, na pag kinahanglan na siya, buhian siya ni hemoglobin. However, if taas ang carbon dioxide, for example, wala kay ka nagaginhawa, naglisod ka ginhawa, mutaas man gid ang carbon dioxide. Because the only way to eliminate carbon dioxide is to rapid breathing, paspas ka ginhawa. Paano kung dili kay kagaginhawa, nag-build up ang carbon dioxide sa sulod sa lungs, leading to increased hemoglobin and carbon dioxide build up, mag-pair sila. So when that happens, si oxygen wala siya lugar, di ba? So the temperature also will decrease. Pag mutaas ang temperature, ang imong oxygen i-release na sa hemoglobin. So meaning to say, pag ginalagnat ka, that's the time na ang oxygen di kaayo ma-deliver sa organs, no? Na yung mga ginalagnat na naga-seizure sila, guys. So if people na nagalagnat, nag-seizure sila, that means febrile seizure ang tawag ana. And that is because temperature will allow oxygen to be detached from hemoglobin prematurely. BPG, biphosphoglycerate, will also decrease the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. So meaning, pag na si BPG, si oxygen and hemoglobin, magbulag sila. Tama? So the good thing is, si BPG, taas siya sa mga organs. Okay, BPG is rich in the organs. So meaning to say, tama lang na dapat rich siya sa organ because when BPG is rich in the organs or mga tissues, buhian ni hemoglobin si oxygen so that oxygen can be used by the organ. Kaya nga help unload oxygen from hemoglobin once naana siya sa tissues. Okay, as you can see here, natay hemoglobin F and hemoglobin A. So, ang hemoglobin F, daghan ni siya sa mga fetus. Ang hemoglobin A is daghan ni siya sa mga adults. Okay? Remember, mas kusog ang kapit ni oxygen kay hemoglobin F. Okay? Hemoglobin F has higher affinity for oxygen because it binds BPG less strongly. So, in short, si hemoglobin F, di kay siya nagapaminaw kay BPG or bisphosphoglycerate. Si bisphosphoglycerate manggod, ginabulag niya si oxygen and hemoglobin so that oxygen will be consumed by the tissues. Pero in the case of hemoglobin F, a type of hemoglobin present in fetus, dili kay siya nagapaminaw kay BPG. Ang ginabuhat niya, dili ako alang jud si oxygen ana kay hemoglobin F. But if adult na ka, the hemoglobin is very responsive to 2,3-BPG or bisphosphoglycerate. Okay, so what controls your breathing? Asa sa brain ang naga-control sa breathing? Your medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata, guys, dorsal respiratory group, inspiratory. Ventral respiratory group is your expiratory. So, ang nasa atubangan sa medulla oblongata, pang-expiration na siya, meaning pang-exhale. Ang nasa likod sa medulla oblongata, pang-inhale na siya. Okay? And another part of the brainstem that can control the breathing is your pontine respiratory group. Okay? Sila tong active also during inhalation and exhalation. Medulla oblongata also senses increased carbon dioxide. Tandaan yun, ha? Medulla oblongata senses increased carbon dioxide. So, kung taas ang carbon dioxide sa dugo, unsay buhaton ni medulla oblongata? I-increase niya ang dorsal respiratory group. If ang carbon dioxide mubo, unsay buhaton ni medulla oblongata, i-increase niya ang ventral respiratory group. This summarizes the stimuli affecting the breathing rate and depth. So, kindly read on this one. So, again, normal respiration, kanilahi po niyang reference, 12 to 20. In medicine, what we normally use is 15 to 20. So, if ang patient is breathing 15 cycles per minute, sa isa ka minuto, ka 15 siya nag-inhale and exhale, normal lang na. Pero pag 21 na gani iyahang inhale-exhale sa isa ka minuto, we call it takip niya. Okay? And that can mean a lot of things. Pwedeng anemic sa pasyente, pwedeng gilagnat siya, all of this that can affect the oxygenation of the patient. If the patient is profusely bleeding, meaning nagalkadugo jud siya, syempre paspas jud kaan ang maginhawa. Kasi naga-compensate ka sa decreased oxygenation sa mga organs. Okay, higher brain center allows voluntary breathing. So meaning katong nasa taas mas makakontrol sila og voluntary bleeding, mas mapugnan nila ang inhalation and exhalation. Emotion and speech can also affect breathing. And then we have this Herring-Brewer reflex, which inhibits respiratory center when lungs are stretched during inspiration. So that means kapag mo inhale ka and ang lungs nimo nag-stretch out, stop na siya sa imuhang brain. Okay? So that is your Herring-Brewer reflex. So di na ka mag-further inhale. Kasi mag-further inhale ka mo, buto ang lungs. Okay? So please remember this reflex. I mentioned earlier about asthma. Sa asthma, ang nahitabo ni ang bronchus niya nagbaga, no? Sa asthma, nagbaga ang bronchus. Dali lang ka maka-inhale, pero pag maggawas na kaghangin, exhalation, maglisod ka. That is why nagga-wheezing ta during asthma. And including your COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Again, ang problema sa asthma and COPD is maglisod kag pagawas sa air. Pero dali ra kay ka makapasulod sa air. And another, we have your lung cancer, pneumonia, tuberculosis, pulmonary edema. Kantong pulmonary edema, mo nitong pag ang fluid nag-accumulate siya sa alveoli sa lung, sa sulod siya. Sa sulod sa alveoli, pulmonary edema, pag ang fluid taas kaayo. Paano ganitong ang fluid na sa gawas sa lungs, tawag nimo to pleural effusion. Okay, ang buhaton nimo ato, i-drain nimo ang fluid, tanggalon nimo siya by the process thoracentesis. And we also have your sudden infant death syndrome, sudden unexpected death of apparently healthy infant during sleep. So tulog siya. Exact cause is unknown. However, it may be due to an abnormality in the mechanism that control respiration or low levels of oxygen in the blood. Pwede. Kasi I read in the book that in order to avoid sudden infant death syndrome, dapat ang baby, dili nimo siya patulogon na nagkulob. Okay? Kasi if ang baby nagkulob, it can inhibit the reflex respiration sa ato ang lungs. Okay, so that basically the end of pulmonary lecture or respiratory system. I give you only the superficial one.